Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's wonderful to be here today at the Golden Jubilee of Independence of Bangladesh, and I'm very pleased to extend my best wishes to the Bangladesh Australian community right across New South Wales, particularly here tonight as you celebrate the Golden Jubilee of Independence of Bangladesh. And I want to acknowledge, and I probably should have done this first, the number of VIPs in the room today. There are many, many members of Parliament, starting with your Federal Member of Parliament for Werriwa, Anne Stanley, who's here, of course. My good friend, my very good friend, Anilak Chanathong. Now, I don't know if Anilak is going to be speaking tonight. He unfortunately has lost his voice. A politician who has lost his voice. But even though we're in different political parties, Anilak is one of the good guys. I also want to acknowledge the many councillors that are here as well. We've got Kent Johns, Councillor Kent Johns, RNG, which stands for really nice guy. We've got George Grace, a councillor from Campbelltown, and we've got the Deputy Mayor of Liverpool City Council, Councillor Mazhad Hadeen. We've got Rennie Jetty from Borkham Hills Council as well, or the Hills Council, and of course many of the community leaders, but I want to just single out, of course, one of them who I'm sitting next to tonight, and I've known Muhammad Zaman, or Titu as I call him, for a very long time. So Muhammad, I acknowledge you as well. And of course the founding members of this wonderful association, but particularly the president, Abu Shaka, and I see on the executive, the joint secretary is Fazil. Fazil is in Bangladesh, I understand, at the moment. He has a shop in my electorate in Mortdale, and we get takeaway there, or my son gets takeaway there, I should say, at least every week. So it is a very successful business. But of course, I'm proud, and the Premier is proud, Gladys Berejiklian, of the wonderful contribution made by Australians of Bangladesh heritage to our state and, of course, to our country across many areas, including sport, culture, accounting, of course, medical. We've got sitting behind me another good friend, Dr. Chowdhury, who has a medical practice in the Borkham Hills or Hills practice. Sorry, his wife's got the medical practice, that's right. But he's also a doctor as well, a specialist, in fact. But ladies and gentlemen, while Independence Day will be celebrated differently this year because of COVID, I am very grateful, and the Premier is grateful, of the Australian Bangladeshi community for supporting the measures put in place to contain the spread of COVID-19. I'd like to really wish everyone a very happy and safe Golden Jubilee. And of course, this year's celebration has special significance for many, many reasons. And of course, it's the marking the centennial of the birth of the Bangladeshi's founding leader, Sheikh Runman. So I want to, of course, acknowledge all of the wonderful Bangladeshi community leaders here tonight. Thank you very much for having me.